Hello, welcome to Cool Discussions. We're going to Mars. That's it.
Right.
It's been declared here right now that we're going to be the first YouTubers on Mars.
That's right. It's only going to cost us, $10 million or $10 billion or something like that?
$1 billion per person.
So,
we're going to start the GoFundMe now.
GoFundMe page. We'll put the link in the description below. Just click that link, go to that page.
Donate generously.
And donate. And we'll whatever internet connection we can get up there on Mars there, we'll feed it back down to you guys. We'll tell you how everything's going on Mars. We'll be the first YouTubers on Mars. So, let's get started.
Yep.
We're on our way to Mars. Now, you're probably asking, how are you guys going to get to Mars? NASA's not going to Mars. No, NASA's not.
No, that's not entirely true.
Well,
NASA has declared they are planning a manned mission to Mars, but it's not till like 20,
For a long
30,
time. So by that time, I think we'd
40?
be too old to go to Mars with them.
Definitely.
So guess what? There's this program called SpaceX. You guys may have heard of it. You may have seen the video of the rocket going,
Yes.
because they're testing new technology, from what I understand.
They are testing new
and
technology.
that's why it would cost $10 billion, or was it $10 billion?
$1 billion per person.
Okay, I thought I read something it was $10 billion because there's
it
technology
could be.
that's not even existent right now. That's why it would cost.
That's almost not entirely true. That's the weird thing. This rocket that exploded on the launch pad was a first generation test of what they're going to be using for the rockets they plan on sending into space.
Yeah, that's what I mean by non-existent. It's brand new technology.
Yeah.
And what this rocket does, apparently, what they're trying to get it to do, it's supposed to be a reusable rocket.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's supposed to go up in space, jettison off some pod with you in it,
Yep.
and then come down and land.
Now, Elon Musk has he made a speech at a presentation not too long ago, and he said, "I want to put people on Mars by 2026."
The 67th Annual International Astronautical Congress in Guadalajara, Mexico, at some big space convention.
Yes. So he said, "I want to put people on Mars by 2026," which is 10 years from
10
now,
years
which
from
is
now.
a big deal. Now, the thing is, he's been part of SpaceX since its inception, and this rocket was one of their failures. But here's the thing. They successfully launched a rocket that managed to go up and land.
And now that's pretty cool because, as we all know, with NASA, right, they have the space shuttle. Well, it's discontinued anymore, but the space shuttle attached to rockets went up, jettisoned the rockets, and then only the space, the capsule came down back. You couldn't reuse the rockets. Well, actually, you could reuse the SRBs, as they're called, the single rocket boosters. I think that's what they're called, because they would be jettisoned off before it went into the outer space, and they'd fall into the ocean. They could be refurbished and reused, but the big tank, the big brown tank with all the fuel in it, was jettisoned in space and it would burn up coming, from what I understand.
Yep,
Maybe I'm completely way off base, but so it's pretty cool to see that they're developing technology of in a sense, space flight.
It was very interesting because you watch the video and this is I guess maybe just the one YouTube one that I watched was really grainy, but you don't know what it is, right? You just see this square little box on blue with a couple white squiggly lines, right? After a while, you see this thing start to float in this way, and it's and people are cheering, and it's okay, why are they cheering? And they actually zoom in, and then you notice it's a platform, and this is a rocket.
That's one thing I don't
doing
get.
This
is a little bit off topic, but when you see videos of this kind of thing, and it looks like it's shot on a goddamn 1980 camcorder. I can take a video of the room we're in right now, and it's clear as day. But you give me some cool event like a
rocket landing.
A rocket landing for the first time,
and it looks like it was shot in the 70s.
A little bit off topic.
No, I totally agree.
Weird.
I had no idea what this was. As soon as they started zooming in, it's oh, that's a platform. Oh, that's the ocean. Oh, okay. And then the rocket comes in, and it goes thump. And it's oh my gosh, did a rocket just land?
That's kind of
What
stuff you
the
see out
hell?
of sci-fi movies.
Holy
again.
sheep balls! Yeah. That's amazing. Because growing up, we loved the NASA space program. We would watch whenever it was on TV, we would watch the shuttle take off. We'd watch the shuttle land. We'd
follow NASA on Snapchat, guys. Their Snapchat game is pretty tight.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's kind of cool, like to watch what they show like little parts of their experiments and they give little tours of their areas. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. Follow NASA, NASA on Snapchat.
Yeah, even just going to their website, you can find some.
They have things. Weird. I went to their website recently. I can't remember why. I just went there and I was like, oh, what's going on? And they have like live shots of like stuff that's weird, like from space, moons.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, no. Actually, yeah, this is where they actually video. This is where NASA's actually really good. Their videos are incredibly high quality. Like you watch it and you put it on the big screen, and you lose no fidelity.
You know what I heard? I heard that NASA has internet speed that is like 96 gigabytes download a second. I heard something. Maybe I'm like completely out to lunch, or maybe I misheard. Maybe it's 9 gigabytes, but
even 9 gigabytes.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that their freaking internet connection was like amazing.
Well, it's NASA. I would hope that it's amazing, considering some of the things they have to do.
How far they got to send a signal?
So yeah,
how far is Mars away from us? Isn't it like a 3-month trip or something like that?
3 months by rocket, an hour and a half by radio signal, I believe.
So that's crazy.
It is. So, okay, everybody should know that there is a couple of Mars rovers on Mars right now, and it literally, they send it directions, and it takes an hour and a half for it to get there. It does what you told it to do, and then it sends back a signal saying, I did it. And it takes
3 hours.
You know, imagine 5 hours.
Imagine you sending a text message. Oh, wait. Sometimes that happens. When you send a text message to somebody, they don't answer for 3 hours. That's like Mars. And that's like talking... Fuck, maybe your friend's on Mars.
There we go.
That's why that girl isn't answering you, buddy. Because she's on Mars.
That's how far she went to get away from you.
There you go. Exactly. So if they take 3 hours to get back to you... They went to Mars not to talk to you. Hey.
Now, what was really neat was another company called Mars One had a wide open casting call for a one-way trip to Mars. Now, they advertised it as a one-way trip to Mars.
Didn't they get like tons of applicants too?
Over 200,000 applicants. Right now, they've actually managed to narrow it down to 100 finalists.
If I was single and I didn't have family, I would go. I would have applied.
I would have applied.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go to Mars.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So right now, the 100 remaining applicants, they are being broken up into groups of 4, and whenever they're available, they're being put into test simulations in various parts of the U.S. and a couple of other places.
I think, there was... I talked about it one time in Headlines where they did some a year-long experiment where they...
That was NASA.
Isolated, but
that was NASA
isolated and
Hawaii.
simulated in Hawaii, like the Mars. So they put you in capsules, and every time you came out, you had to be in your spacesuit and stuff like that. So
exactly, and that's exactly the way that Mars One is doing it. It's complete isolation. When they leave, they have to go in the suits. They have to wait for supplies. They have to try to grow their own stuff, and so... it's rather interesting to see. They're trying to put these people together for compatibility because obviously you don't want to be...
It'd be like the ultimate game of Big Brother.
Yes.
Imagine going up, but you couldn't get away. There's no, hey, you come out after 90 days.
Go for a spacewalk.
You could maybe jump and maybe float back to Earth, but... yeah.
But yeah, it was very interesting that they advertised it as a one-way trip. So 200,000 people said, "Yeah, send me."
Let's just put it this way: it would be like us landing on Mars would be akin to landing on the moon in whatever it is, in the 60s. I don't know the exact year.
I agree.
It would be exactly the same thing. Like that's like for some reason I don't know. Where is Mars? Is it closer to the sun or farther away from the sun? It's closer to the sun. Yeah, it's the one between us and the sun, right?
Yes.
Sorry, my astronomy has failed me. So Why are we going to Mars? I don't know. Are we looking for a new planet because we've destroyed the one we live on now? I don't know. Like
A little bit of both, actually. Elon Musk said that we have two fundamental paths to take. We can stay on Earth forever and go extinct, or become a spacefaring civilization. It's true. Earth is kind of broken, and the only way it's really ever going to fix itself is if we leave. Now, we can take steps to fix it and make it so it doesn't die faster, but that's it. You know, you don't want to make it die faster. So we need to leave. And one of those first steps is to go to Mars. Because we need to...
Because the next Earth-like planet is like 1 billion light years away.
Light years away.
Like,
so that's an incredibly long time away, assuming we actually find a way to travel the speed of light.
yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, actually, the speed of light is this. When you hear somebody say it's 7 light years away, it means if you could go the speed of light,
Take you 7 years
it
to
would
get
take
there.
you 7 years to do it.
So it would take you 7 billion years to get to this planet. Wow.
Yeah.
How did we even get something by this planet that we found? We're talking about this Earth 2 that we've dubbed, right? Because somebody, NASA, I'm assuming, sent some probe or something, right?
You mean
Did they
Mars?
not?
No.
They found some planet. Didn't they see some Earth-like planet?
No. They found it because of telescopes.
Oh.
They haven't. There's no
I
probe.
thought they sent a probe, and I was like, how
No.
did they send a probe out there? So wait.
No.
Telescope. Oh,
It has to do with
a good
astrophysics. It has to do with
Jesus
astrophysics, and what it is they see a star, and every time a planet passes over the star, it creates a
Dims
little wobble in the light. So that's what they're looking for. And because they've been doing it for a few years now, they've learned that this wobble can carry a different refraction of
So
the
they can
light.
be completely full of shit.
You're right.
They have absolutely no idea. They just see a little wobble in a light, and they go, "That's a new planet."
Exactly. And then they figured out a way that wobble and a refraction of that light that wobbles can tell you how close it is to the sun. And there is something that's called the Goldilocks zone, where this porridge is too cold, this porridge is too hot, this porridge is just right. That Goldilocks zone is where a planet needs to be able to support life, because too close to the sun is too hot, too far from the sun, too cold.
Look at that science lesson right here. I learned something new today. I hope you did as well. How big is Mars compared to Earth?
It's smaller. Okay. I believe it has a gravity of like 0.9.
But it doesn't even. So you'd be a tenth lighter on Mars.
Yeah,
So really, it's almost comparable.
It's pretty much comparable. Like
So,
a tenth
But there's
lighter
no
gravity
water on Mars, right?
That's the thing. There is water on
There is
Mars.
water.
NASA has numerous spacefaring satellites going around Mars taking pictures. It has a couple of Mars rovers. They've sent 2 or 3. I think one of them broke on the way.
That's the coolest thing.
part
I
of the
think,
way.
I follow the Mars rover on Twitter,
Yes.
and some of the pictures he sends back, I go, "This is amazing!" Like to sit here and to know that a planet that far away, millions of kilometers away, and there's a robot up there that's being commanded by us here. Mm-hmm. And some of you are having trouble with your RC remote control units. Yet NASA can sit here and run this RC unit on Mars.
To give it a little bit of perspective, this RC unit on Mars is the size of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, and it's probably worth $1 billion.
It's worth a lot of money, that's for sure.
It's tons of money, but I think it's cool.
It is.
It's very
and
interesting.
It's good that we are starting to see the private business ventures into it, because Virgin, the company Virgin, Virgin Mobile, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Music, I think.
Yeah, because the head of it, whatever his name is.
The billionaire who owns that company, I want to go into space. So he's like, I'm going to make a spaceship.
Build his spaceship, yeah.
And guess what he's been doing? He's been building spaceships. So we have 2 major private companies, SpaceX and Virgin Space, I believe it's called.
I thought it was SpaceX. I thought SpaceX was the Virgin guy. I didn't know that there was a difference.
Nah, there's 2 different ones.
Slide.
So
Next is going to be Space Triple X.
well, actually, that's porn has actually said they want to film.
They will. I bet you porn will be the first people to.
No, they said they want to, and they're just trying to figure out a way to do it.
There you go. Here's a way. SpaceX, Space Triple X, get together, make your first porn in space. It'll happen, guaranteed. It'll happen probably before you go to Mars.
Oh yeah, it would definitely.
You know,
because I think Virgin Space is trying to make it so people can just travel to space, not necessarily anywhere outside of Earth.
Yeah, they just want to get people into like the outer layer of space.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Space is only like an hour away. If you go straight up 60 kilometers an hour, it'll take you 1 hour to get there.
Yeah.
So like that's close. When you really think about it, that's close.
Unfortunately, you can't just go straight up at 60 miles an hour. No. You need a lot of effort to do that.
A lot of effort. A lot of effort.
Like, for anybody who's ever seen the Space Shuttle launch, you know, the Space Shuttle is, or for that matter, the SpaceX rocket that blew up. What does it look like? It looks like a giant missile. Because that's what basically...
That's the best design to get
Exactly. That's basically what you need to get into space, is a giant missile.
Yeah.
The Space Shuttle was an amazing piece of technology that required a lot of effort and a lot of years and years of work from people.
They say that your iPhone has more computing
technology
power than the first the first Apollo missions.
Yeah.
So imagine being Neil Armstrong going, I went to the moon on something less powerful than this, and you guys can't even text me back. Piece of shit.
Yeah. No, it's amazing what humankind has done before the advent of computers.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It'll be kind of interesting and exciting to see if... I'm sure that the government will get in the way of people going to Mars. I'm sure that...
But that's the thing. So far, the government actually kind of works with them.
Good. They should, because if I don't think it should be the government's... I don't think NASA should be around. If you want NASA, you should fund NASA out of your own pocket.
But that's the thing. I think NASA is actually a really good group, because NASA was very apolitical. It was never about politics. It might be more now, since the space race kind of ended, but NASA was a good starting point because it was a conglomerate of people trying to get this done.
Very smart people as well.
Yeah, very intelligent people. Now we have space agencies all around the world, Japanese Space Agency, the European Space Association.
And they all seem to work together.
Yeah, even the Russian
It's weird how
Federation
people can work
agencies.
together to get to space.
Yes. So it's cool. The Mars One program has actually thought a lot about how things are going to get done, about how they can protect people. But it's funny. Elon Musk says, I want to get people to colonize Mars. And he's basically said, I want to be able to get people back. But Mars One is the only one I think, in my mind.
We're going there.
It's a one-way trip.
I think that's how it would have to be. I don't think you could come back.
No.
I think if you go, that's it. You're there. You're going to die there. Whether it's old age and you successfully colonize Mars, and we're going to, I think you would have to send, like if you went up there, you send the pioneers, because that's what they would be called, right?
Yeah.
So you send them all. Obviously, you'd have to go on stage. You'd have to send up equipment first, drop equipment on Mars, leave it there, and send people.
That's what part of the cost is. That $10 million figure or $1 billion per person, that's part of the figure, is the cost of getting stuff into space and some of the equipment that is actually going to Mars.
Because imagine,
it's not just $1 billion to put me into space. Yeah. It's $1 billion plus the stuff I need.
You would need to, in a sense, you would need to learn to grow. Like, look at the movie The Martian with Matt Damon.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen
really
it.
Good. It was really good. I thought it was really good. I think, in a sense, that's how it would be. You wouldn't know, are these people alive or dead?
Well,
you
no, because
you can communicate, but
okay, he was stranded with pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
So he couldn't communicate. But in theory, we'd be sending these pioneers with the equipment they would need to survive.
Yeah.
So they would actually be able to communicate with us.
Yeah.
So
let's see what happens. That's all we can do.
It's awesome. It's so nice to hear somebody go, let's go to Mars, and actually mean it. Because NASA says, we're going to go to Mars.
I'm sure it's harder than just going to
in
Mars.
30 years. Yeah. This guy's like, I want to go, and I want to do it in 10.
Well,
and the thing is,
he's a billionaire, so he's got the money to throw
at it. He has
the
money to throw at it, and on top of that, you're actually seeing effort. And by effort, I mean...
Isn't it like they've put 2 of the rockets up now. One successfully landed, the second one blew up, right?
The one that blew up wasn't a retrievable one. They're just working on the retrievable tech right now, but they did it, which was basically shooting a missile up and landing the missile, not like this, like this. Which was, if you watch the Elon Musk video, they give you a nice little presentation about how things work in theory, because everything works in theory, and how he wants to have the things done. It's exciting.
It's cool. It's very cool. It's going to be cool to see where this goes and to see how this progresses, and hopefully,
I'd love to see it done. We would love to go to Mars, but we are not the type that you need to go to Mars.
No,
unless you need a floor swept.
That's right. We can be the boom pushers of Mars.
Yeah. Well, we'd be laborers, and that's about it. But
that's right.
The people that are the pioneers are going to be. They're going to have 1, 2, 3 degrees. They're going to have to do all the work themselves. They're going to have to do all the heavy lifting themselves.
They may send 1 or 2 grunts, but they'll be like famous grunts.
Yeah.
They won't be regular grunts like us. But hey, you never know. They're hoping that it's going to cost about $200,000 to send up there. By the time it's all said and done, by the time they send the first pioneers, they're saying $200,000. So remember, GoFundMe page is down below. Send us, if we can get $200,000, one of us is going to space. One of us is going to space.
We'll let you guys decide.
Yeah, we'll put it up to vote. It'll be 10 years from now. Who knows? One of us will go to Mars. Hey, why not? Other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in to our space adventure.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow for
hockey talk.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to be talking about. Yeah. We're going to be talking about hockey. Hockey. The good old Canadian hockey game. Would you guys go to Mars? Let us know in the comments below. Or do you prefer to stay in this wonderful planet that we have?
Fun, wonderful world of Terra.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving us some of your time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And give NASA a follow on Snapchat. I recommend it. Follow Mars Rover on, what's he called?
Twitter?
Curiosity? Follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
He sends some cool pictures.
You told me about that a while ago.
He sends some cool pictures. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks. Bye. It's not going to be a very nice day today, doesn't it?